Hello, this is U.S. Immigration Attorney Sharifa Tharpe. I'm here live to take your U.S. immigration related questions. That is all I'm doing today. Today's going to be a really short live. So go ahead, put your questions in the comments now so that I can answer those questions right now. Now, if you want to get your personal legal advice to figure out your options, go ahead and go to the link in the profile, schedule your appointment. It's either Attorney Bria or me. Our schedules are filling up pretty quickly. So get on it so that you can get personalized legal advice. In the meantime, I'm taking general questions right now. So go ahead, put those questions in the comments now. Hi there. Any update on the Dignity Act? Unfortunately, not. So the Dignity Act is proposed immigration reform that I believe it was introduced back in 2021 or late 2021. However, there has been no movement, and I do not anticipate there'll be any movement on any kind of immigration changes until after in 2025 when we know who is going to be in the government. Now, keep in mind, I know we're all on edge right now because we know the possibilities. A lot is at stake here. So if Trump takes over, we know what direction that's going to go in. It's going to go right back to what it was before and worse, because now he has promised that he's going to be coming back with a vengeance and he's going to be doing mass deportations. He's aiming to deport millions of undocumented immigrants from the country. And so we can definitely count on him taking drastic actions to make his vision happen. Now, if Biden continues the presidency, I anticipate a more moderate approach. I know he's taking a hard line on the border. And because of that, many asylum seekers are going to suffer because of that. However, when it comes on to legalizing your status here in the US, the Biden administration has passed promising, humane, fair policy changes to allow that to happen. They have basically been trying to get back on track with processing times, and I see where it is. We are seeing a change. It's not where we need it to be, but we're seeing a change. And so another thing is that along with Biden and then a majority Democrats in Congress, we may see positive immigration reform where the Dignity Act can move forward. But right now it's at a standstill because this topic is very controversial and nobody wants to touch it before the election. All right. My now husband refuses to sign my 2-year green card and wants a divorce. What can I do? So there, you can apply on your own, but you have to take certain steps. You have to decide to move forward with the divorce, and you can apply for a waiver based on the divorce. And if there's a pattern of mistreatment, you can apply for a waiver at the same time based on the mistreatment. So it's not the end of the world. This is exactly what we help our clients with. So get on, give us a call. We will be more than happy to fix this for you. If I request medical care for my son, is it considered public charge? If your son is a U.S. citizen, no, it won't. Thank you very much. Hope Biden will win, and probably an amnesty is a better way. So I think there is going to be a more likely path to that kind of immigration relief in the future. So now I'm not doing I'm doing more than hoping. I'm participating in the voting process to and with all of us coming together to participate in the voting process. And when I say all of us, in this case, I do mean US citizens, because only US citizens can vote. But when we do that, we can win. And we've done it before in 2020. So it can be done again. What do you charge to put in for US citizenship? So it depends on what your case looks like. So this is where the consultation is also important. When you have a T visa, can you go to Puerto Rico? Yes, Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States, and so it means that travel there with your status is totally fine. Now, where I say though, you need to be careful about going off the land is what if this is, just my lawyer brain. We lawyers are also trained to look at the risk involved, to advise our clients about the risk involved. So this is probably very unlikely to happen, but just to raise this issue and to cover all the bases here, when traveling to Puerto Rico, US Virgin Islands, Hawaii, and you have status, you're fine. But keep in mind, this is off the mainland. So if the plane were somehow to divert to another country and you don't have your travel document, then you could be in trouble. You could be stuck outside of the US. My brother, he is a citizen. Let's see. Oh, I lost it. Let's go right back. What is the difference between the K3 and the CR1? The K3 is no, if the K3 is a visa if your spouse is outside of the United States. It allows the spouse to come on a temporary visa to adjust status here. Then sometimes the actual immigrant process goes faster than the K3 process. The CR1 just means that the spouse has a straight up conditional residence, so they have like a 2-year green card. And they are actual green card holders. K3 is not the green card yet, but it allows the spouse to come on a visa to be able to adjust status here to get the green card. Can you get can you meet someone in 1 week, get married the following week? So believe it or not, I've had a client that did that. However, and we were approved and everything. So my client was approved and everything. But keep in mind that it's going to depend on what you build together as a married couple. So it's possible, but you have to make sure that you're submitting the marriage petition at the right time. So for example, this client that I had, they got married within, I think they got married in less than a week of meeting. But then, they spent their time as a married couple, just living life at first. And so by the time they applied, had already been 2 years into their marriage and they had a history together that they could show on paper. It's not a good idea to just marry someone and file the papers the next week, though. You have to build a solid foundation with your spouse. It's not to say it can't happen. For example, um, you know, what if you get married in a week, then you get a joint lease the next week, and you get some joint bills together the following week? Then, yes, that's a possibility. Okay. My brother's a citizen of Sweden. How to bring him to the USA? He's 17. So there's no easy way there. Siblings, sponsoring sibling is 14 years. If I request medical care for my son, is it considered public charge? Not right off the bat. Getting medical care, as long as you qualify, there's no fraud involved to get that care, is not right off the bat going to cause a public charge. I know Trump did that in his presidency, but Biden changed that so it would not automatically be seen as a public charge. If your son is a US citizen, then definitely not. But if your son isn't a US citizen, then usually they're going to now look at, was it long-term care, or was there cash assistance involved, and that could go into the territory of public charge. How long is normally take for submitting your citizenship? So after you submit your citizenship application, about 2 months to 8 months. Sent EAD renewal and not get receipt 1 month ago. My EAD should expire on June 9th. So you have to call them, figure out where it is, make sure you verified it got delivered. My dad is filing for me. He just started the process, but I'm over 21. How long is the process? 5 to 7 years. If you're here, you overstayed, it's time to look at other options. This is what I do. I look at whether alternative options can help you to fix that. How can I go about getting a green card? Many ways, over 21 ways. Those are the most common ways, by the way. There are ways that are not very common ways to get the green card that also count to be more than 21 ways. But you're never going to know until you actually get an evaluation done. I sent EAD renewal, not get a result to answer that. Um, my wife had to use a different address from mine because I live in a state-run house. Will that affect it? It could. I've seen it. Yes, I've seen that affect it. You have to be very careful with those cases. What is the IOE receipt number really mean? So IOE, it depends on what case you file, but the IOE is an indication of the service center where it's being processed. What government aids can hinder you from getting your citizenship? So they don't look at public charge when you're getting citizenship. You just have to make sure that if you're supposed to file your taxes, you file your taxes, that you maintain continuous presence in the US. I submitted the evidence 4 weeks ago now for I-485, but haven't received the receipt notice. Call them, figure out what's going on. Thanks so much for the love. I appreciate. Can I change from tourist visa to F1 while in the US, or do I have to fly out of the US? It's possible, but whether it's advisable for you is going to depend on your timing and a lot of factors here. What I-130 approved 2023, that when my 14 years, I'm sorry, I'm losing track of that question. I submitted my I-751 and they sent me a notice that they will reuse my biometrics and that nothing is outstanding at this time. They're actively reviewing my case. Will an interview still be done? There's no way to tell really until you either get a decision or they call you in for the interview. Um, all right, I have to head out. Unfortunately, this is a short one. Can you get status work permit green card after J1 has expired? I've had clients that have been in J1 status who have gotten relief afterwards, but it's going to depend on what happened in your case. What's your circumstances? Good Thursday to you too. Have a great one. I will be back tomorrow. So go ahead, join me tomorrow, and then you can continue asking questions. Fortunate or unfortunately, I do have my clients that I have to meet with right now. So I am going to head out. So tomorrow, just follow me, subscribe, so that when I come on, you can see when I'm on. Hopefully you're free too, and you can join me and we can, talk about issues and I can answer questions. Have a great one. See you again soon. Bye bye.